Temporomandibular joints. We have previously discussed this joint cavity is divided into two compartments by the interarticular disc. The upper compartment, that is known as the meniscotemporal compartment. This meniscotemporal compartments allows only the gliding movement of the head of the mandible on the mandibular fossa. While the lower compartment, that is known as also the meniscomandibular compartment, and this compartment mainly allows the rotatory movement of the head of the mandible on the inferior surface of the interarticular disc, as well as the slight gliding movement also occurs in this compartment, but the prominent is the rotatory movement. Now, this gliding movements, this occurs at the time of the movement, that is the protection or the retraction of the mandible, and this rotatory movements occurs at the time of the depression or the elevation of the mandible. Now, the types of the movement. There are 5 types of movements that occurs on the temporomandibular joints, and these movements are, first of all, it is the protraction. This protraction, it is the forward movement of the mandible, and this movement occurs on the upper compartment, meniscotemporal compartment, at which the head of the mandible along with the articular disc glide on the upper surface of the articulating surface, that is the mandibular fossa and the articular eminence. So this protraction, it is by the mainly two important muscles of the mastications, that is the medial pterygoid and lateral pterygoid, with some fibers of the masseter also supports, anterior fibers of the masseter supports in the protection of the mandible, but the main muscles, it is the medial and the lateral pterygoid muscles of the mastications helps in the protraction of the mandible. This is the forward movement of the mandible on the temporomandibular joint. Its opposite is the retraction. The mandible come back to the normal position, the backward movement of the mandible, and this also occurs on this compartment. And this retraction, it is mainly the muscles of mastication which help in the retraction. It is the temporalis, posterior fibers of the temporalis. Then it is the posterior fibers of the masseter. In the forceful retraction, this is assisted by the supraoid muscles, that is the digastric muscles, and it is the myloid muscle. These muscles helps in the retraction. It is the important is the temporalis. In the forceful retraction, these muscles assist the temporalis muscles in the retraction of the mandible. Now the depression of the mandible. The next movement, it is the depression. Depression, it is to open the mouth, and this depression movements occurs on the both compartment. Means first the gliding and then the rotative movements. It is a complex movement which occurs on the both compartment, and this depression allows the opening of the mouth, and it is assisted by those many important muscles. It is the lateral pterygoid muscles. This is the depression. Only one muscles of mastication that depress the mandible, it is the lateral pterygoid muscles. This depression is assisted by the gravitational force. It is the gravity also assists in the depression. Now the forceful depression. Then it is the suprahyoid muscles help in the depression of the mandible, that is the digestive. Plus geniohyoid. And the mylohyoid muscles. These three muscles assist the lateral pterygoid muscles in the forceful depression of the mandible to the open of the mouth. Now the opposite, it is the elevations, that is the close the mouth. And this close of mouth is also a complex movement that occurs on the both compartment. First gliding, then it is the rotation, and these rotations occurs on the lower compartment. So both compartments assist in the depression as well as the elevation of the mandible. The muscles that assist in the elevation of the mandible, it is the masseter. Then it is the temporalis, and it is the medial pterygoid muscles. Medial pterygoid muscle. These three muscles of mastications helps in the elevation of the mandible, that is to close the mouth. Now side to side movement, that is also known as the chewing movement. Chewing movement, and this chewing movement, it is mainly by the two muscles. It is the medial pterygoid plus lateral pterygoid muscles. Their alternate contraction allows the chewing movement or side to side movement of the temporomandibular joint, and these alternate movements occurs on the lower compartment, that is the rotation of the condyles at the inferior surface of the articular disc. So these are the movements occurs at the temporomandibular joints, and these are the various muscles that assist this movement at the temporomandibular joints. Now we see the applied aspect. Then it is the dislocation. Dislocation of the temporomandibular joint, and the most commonly it is the anteriorly dislocated. The head of the mandible crosses the articular eminence and comes under the infratemporal fossa region in the dislocation of the temporomandibular joint, and the individual is unable to close the mouth. Now at the temporomandibular joints, there are two important nerve relays. We have to care about these two nerves. One, it is the auriculotemporal nerve. This is the important nerve. It is related with the temporomandibular. That is closely related with the temporomandibular joints. Now, there is a condition that is known as the temporomandibular joint syndrome. This syndrome is associated with this joint as well as the muscles of the mastications. This temporomandibular joint syndrome, the symptoms you can see about the facial pain, diffuse facial pain, and this diffuse facial pain is due to the masseteric spasm. Masseteric spasm. Then it is related with the headache, and this is due to the spasm of the temporalis muscles, and there is a jaw ache. associated with these symptoms, and this joint due to the spasm of the lateral pterygoid muscles. And sometimes there is a clicking sound. Heard at the time of the tube movement, and this clicking sound is either due to this clicking sound, this is due to the involvement of the intra-articular disc. This intra-articular disc, or it is separated. Particularly the upper lamina is separated from the scapulotympanic fissure. Then this sound heard, or sometimes this is delayed movement. Delayed movement of the anterior part of this intra-articular disc. As a result of it, this clicking sound is heard at the time of the tuning. This is about the temporomandibular joint. Thank you.